So what does supination look like in the modern tour player? Justin Thomas is a perfect example, and this is a great angle to help you understand this. And as you can see the club head lines, you're going to see, where does his club go immediately? It goes back away from the ball. Most amateurs do everything they can to try and get that club into a straight line target path back to the ball. But all elite tour players who are trail side dominant, they move the club away from the target line immediately. So you can see that this is starting back in this direction rather than straight back down toward the ball like I did or showed you in the Happy Gilmore clip. This is what supination does. And supination is just external rotation of this trail arm from the top. So it's rotating it this way. Now, as you keep doing that, the angle that the forearm is moving is going to change because the angle of the forearm is changing. So now as he continues to supinate, the club is going to start to change direction. So he's still rotating his arm this way. And I'm going to explain why in just a moment, why many of you think that the club face when you supinate is going to keep it wide open. It doesn't. You don't understand exactly how it's working. First of all, you're not going to just fully go through full range of motion supination. There's too much leverage on the hands and the arms, and the club is moving too fast. You're not going to rotate it that far open, and Justin does this perfectly, as you're going to see. So now, as he continues to supinate, now the angle is this way. He's still supinating, still rotating that forearm clockwise if you're holding it out in front of you, but now the club's moving down instead of out because the angle of his arm has changed. But the club is still rotating roughly perpendicular to his forearm. So if you imagine a 90-degree angle between the shaft and the forearm, that is supination. But now as you continue to supinate, because now as he's going this way, the club is going to start moving down, because it's the only way that if he continues to supinate his arm in this way, that's going to move the club head down because it's moving again roughly perpendicular to his forearm. And this is the key. This is why supination is the most stable way to deliver the club, and this is why modern tour players all do it this way. Because as you're coming into the impact area, as he continues to supinate, now again, this is going to turn into deviation and pronation during the strike, but I talk about that stuff on the website. But what you're going to find now is as he continues to supinate, that motion is going to deliver the club into what is effectively an underhand impact position. Think about an underhand fast pitch in softball. That is what you're feeling here. As you continue this motion, the club face is now extremely stable and extremely quiet. Look how little it's rotating at this point. And that again, at this point, you're losing supination. It's moving more into deviation, but it was all triggered up here at the top by starting to supinate. And that's what delivers the club face so quiet and stable into the ball.